Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's see what team we're going to be running with. We're going to be featuring the team with Lanturn and Trevenant, and we're going to pair it off with the Wigglytuff. We face the Wishcash here, so we're going to switch out into our Wigglytuff just to see what they have in the bag. They revealed that they have the Charjabug. So Charjabug versus the Wigglytuff. There is a possibility to win this, so let's see if we're going to be able to execute it correctly. We do get to the Icy Wind, and this Icy Wind will help us debuff our opponent. Our opponent does decide to shield, so that's already a huge win. Now we know that they are both in the red, and we are both in the red, so we're just going to try to charm down, and we do indeed get the charm down, so that is as good as it's going to get, especially off of one shield trade. Their Wishcash comes back in, throws the Mud Bomb. We're going to go into our Lanturn, and then we're going to go into our... we're going to go into our Trevenant, and then we're going to go into our Lanturn after they switch out into the Machamp. Machamp here is going to be able to sell this cross chop here. We're going to farm up to a potential Thunderbolt and bait with this Surf, trying to get this last shield. No, we don't get the last shield, which is okay. We're going to race to another Surf here. They do get us on the CAP tie, but this is not that bad because we're going to potentially farm down with the Trevenant right there. And now we have a ton of energy to throw right back at this Wishcash. So that is GG's. Pretty good by the Trevenant, able to farm down the Machamp, and we were definitely going to win Trevenant versus the Wishcash. Yeah, so Wigglytuff right there ended up being the key because they were actually weak to Wigglytuff in the backline. All right, really bad situation right here. We got the Lanturn versus this Stunfisk. We kind of have a core breaker right here, as the Wigglytuff and the Lanturn doesn't really want to see this. So we're going to have to stay in. We're going to have to try to draw this out as long as possible. So we do shield a correct Earthquake. I'm going to go for another Surf here. Surf takes this into the low red. At this range, it'll be close whether another Earthquake will take us out, so we're just going to allow her to go through. Doesn't quite take us out, so that's not exactly the best, because they do need some extra farm, but we are able to farm down with the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is then met with a Charizard. So unfortunately for us, the Charizard would be able to dominate the Wigglytuff as well. This Trevenant here versus the Lanturn has a great matchup, but it is going to be able to chip away at the health of Trevenant here. Trevenant, unfortunately for us, is a core breaker for our backline. This Lanturn is doing a really good job chipping away at the Trevenant health, and they still have 2 shields, so this is looking really bad. We're going to go for a Seed Bomb bait here. Surely it's going to get a shield, but regardless if they shield or not, they're going to be able to farm us down, and now they have a ton of energy to throw right back at this Wigglytuff. We're going to shield here, ends up being the Blast Burn. We're going to see if we can get a Icy Wind go off. Icy Wind goes off, potentially gets a shield, and maybe we survive a Blast Burn. We'll see. Highly doubt it, but a debuff Blast Burn from his Shadow Charizard definitely takes out the Wigglytuff. So Wigglytuff was above 50% right there, so that was at least 100 HP worth of damage. So that is the power of a Shadow Charizard debuffed, closing the game. All right, next we're gonna have Lanturn versus the Dugong. Pretty decent lead here. We trying to avoid this. Okay, they actually switch out into the Sableye. Sableye here is gonna be interesting. It is gonna get to a potential return here, and we're gonna invest a shield here because we think that they don't have a counter to this Wigglytuff, especially since they have a Dugong and Sableye team right now. So it looks like our guess was right, because they bring back their Dugong. Dugong here is potentially going to throw a Icy Wind here. Let's see what they do. We already got this Dugong into the yellow, so that's pretty good. We do get the debuff Icy Wind. Because of that, we're going to try to get a shield here by going Icy Wind ourselves. But our opponent does call the bait, so nice job on my opponent right there. Ooh, that is very unfortunate right there. In this scenario, obviously the Wigglytuff would have done much better against this Superior. This Trevenant is going to have to take super effective Arrow Aces, unfortunately. And most of our damage is going to come from the charge move, so we're going to have to somehow get to another move here because they did have 2 shields to expend. There goes the second shield. We have no shields remaining either. 1 Aerial Ace comes through, and at this point, we're just trying to get a Seed Bomb, but unfortunately, they are able to outpace our Trevenant. So, Superior, not that great of a situation for us because we do have a Lanturn. We're going to come back in with the Wigglytuff here and try to farm down with the Lanturn, and no, that does not happen. We actually get Dugong to throw a Drill Run at us, and now we are definitely in range of a Frenzy Plant. So this is GG's for sure, because this Wigglytuff unfortunately doesn't have enough health, and they're able to farm us down. So nice play by my opponent right there, and it ended up using Dugong and Superior Core. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, but if I had used maybe Trevenant to take out their Sableye, we would have had a better chance. So wonderful lead here against the Talonflame. They switch out into the Lanturn. This time we have the Trevenant for the Lanturn. This is going to be a winning matchup for us. We know that this Lanturn is just going to try to chip away at the health of Trevenant, but that's okay because we actually just want this Trevenant to be low health so that the Talonflame potentially only gets 1 Incinerate, or we actually just let this go. But we elect to maintain alignment. We throw the Seed Bomb right here. They definitely let it go. And then our opponent here is going to be able to get to... Okay, so they are going to be able to get 2 Incinerates, so that is not ideal. Let's see if we get a shield. Nope. Our opponent has done a great job of making sure of the counts, but unfortunately for them, we just had a hard counter team to their entire squad. Ended up being the Dragon in the back, and we do have the Wigglytuff to absolutely dominate that matchup, especially as a Shadow. Okay, on to the next. We got the Dugong again against our Lanturn. Pretty decent matchup. They switch out into the Annihilate. We're going to go into our Wigglytuff right here. Wigglytuff is going to be able to win this no matter what. At best, it's going to be an Ice Punch. Ice Punch is their best move that they can throw at the Wiggly. And we have Annihilated. He annihilated. So we're just going to throw this Disarming Voice at this Dugong. No need to bait right here. And let's see if we can get to another move. They're going to try to farm us down. Okay, they do get the farm down, so they have a ton of energy to throw right back at this Lanturn. However, they are kind of switch locked right now, so they have to do their best to kind of waste time. We are doing super effective fast moves, so we're relying on that damage right now. 2 Drill Run goes through, gets us into the low red, but they have the Shadow Gallade in the back. Shadow Gallade is going to have a really tough time dealing with this Trevenant because we don't have to shield the first one ever, and then we know that we can just shield the second one, the second charge move that is, and then just farm down because of the Shadow Variant. So that is a good situation for us, and at this point, there's no need to throw a move. We can just farm down with the Trevenant, and that is GG's. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.